I don't know, welcome to my heavy duty torture chamber. Today I'm going to make a small video on something that I call M-sets. Been working on it for a few weeks now and you're thinking, what's the M standing for? It's massive or monster or myostatin, or no, it's just the first letter of my last name. I had to call it something. I'm going to demonstrate it with the triceps extension, what it's all about. It's with resistance bands. I think this is going to be perfect for resistance bands. Maybe also for free weights or machines. You have to adapt it a little bit. But for resistance bands, I think this is perfect, incredible, if I can say so myself. There are two stages in this workout. And first stages are 2 cycles of 4 partial reps, and 1 cycle, and this is something very special. With the M sets you have 2 parts. The first part are 2 cycles of partials, and the second part are omni contractions. So we show you first the first part. Okay, with the triceps extensions you have point A, point B. You know with resistance bands that this part has almost no resistance. There's almost no muscles involved because the exercise is easy. And the further you go down to the extended position, the harder it gets. The muscles contract more, plus the resistance of the bands become greater. So as I stated already before, you do first part are partials. And you start with the extended position, position A. Now you have to divide from point A to B 5 positions. This is 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and this is 5. So with the M sets I like to do a cadence, 2 seconds positive and 5 seconds negative. So the negative is always slower than the positive, especially with the resistance bands it works very good. So it starts with the partials. So what you do is in 2 seconds you go from this point to the extended point. So let's count 1, 2, and in 5 seconds you go about 1/5 of the movement. After 5 seconds you stop, and in 2 seconds again you extend. Then again in 5 seconds, then you go a little bit further to about 2/5 of the movement in 5 seconds time, and in 2 seconds time you go again to the extended position. And then again in 5 seconds time you go to the 3/5 of the movement. So every time a little bit further, and the further you go, the faster and the more explosive you have to do the movement to get it anyway in 2 seconds done. And because with the resistance bands this becomes harder, you want to go a little bit faster, because as you know this part almost doesn't do anything. It's just a little bit of muscle activation, but not much. So the greater the movement, the faster you move. Anyway, faster, it stays the same, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, but because the distance is much greater, you move actually faster. So you start this point, 2 seconds time, then in 5 seconds you go to about 1/5 of the movement, 2 seconds you go again to the extended position, then again in 5 seconds you go to 2/5 of the movement, then again to the extended, 3/5, to the extended, then you do the 4th, to the extended, and then again you make a full rep, and then to the extended. So then you get to the second cycle. Second cycle is exactly the same as the first cycle. 1/5, extend, 2/5, extend, 3/5, extend, 4/5, extend, and then it's the last rep. And then you come to the second part of the exercise. In these 2 parts of 4, you build already enormous stress in the muscle. You really feel it blowing up, and there's this, you feel it burning. It has to be hard. This 2 times 4 has to be on the edge of what is possible. You have in the back of your mind that you maybe can do a half rep or something like this, but don't do it, because the second part comes. So as soon as you start rep number 9, you go again to the extended position in 2 seconds, and there you squeeze as hard as you can for 5 seconds. So actually you're going to turn it around. So in 2 seconds you do the full repetition, you hold it there for 5 seconds, and then in 2 seconds you go to the next position, and from there you start pushing again. This should be impossible that you can move it. If you can, do it, but next time go a little bit more heavy. Squeeze it for 5 seconds, and then comes the last part. 2 seconds you move again, and then squeeze it as hard as you can for 5 seconds. And that's going to be your set. You can do 3, maybe 4 of these contractions in the second part, but just start with 1 and see how it goes. Good luck, and let me know if you try it, how it feels. Do you like it? Let me know, comments below, and I'll wait for your reaction.